Hey beauties, do you want to know the perfectly curated list of office appropriate makeup products that will have you feeling your most confident, girly, and your best self? If you're new to my channel, welcome. Or if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. You want to hear my top recommendations for a work makeup routine and you want to see how I created this look? Then stick around and let's get this party started. So I've been wanting to do a video like this on my channel for a while now because I don't know about you, but when I wake up for work in the morning, the last thing I want to do is fuss about, wonder what I'm going to use for foundation, mascara, eyeshadow, lipstick or no lipstick. I want to have a set list of products that I can rely upon, easily put on in the morning and get out the door. Because personally, I'm not a morning person. I really don't even have the will to live till like 11 a.m. So when I wake up for work in the morning, I have to come to terms with the fact that I am awake that early. I drink the coffee, I look in the mirror, and I try to put myself together in a way that will make me feel ready to conquer the world. So I'm going to go through the list of products that I've curated to help you feel your best and most confident for work. So the first step in my routine is priming my skin, and my absolute favorite priming moisturizer is from Merit. This is the Great Skin Priming Moisturizer, and I use this all the time. My mom uses it. She loves it. So if you have more mature skin, this is a great option as well. But I really just love the way it applies. It's lightweight. There's no fragrance. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. I do have it on already because I wanted to let it sit in before I started this video. But as you can see, my skin looks glowy, but it's not greasy. So it really feels ready for an even makeup application. And I really can't recommend this enough. I don't use this as my nighttime moisturizer, only my daytime, just because I like to use something a little bit heavier. I use the Tatcha Dewy Moisturizer. But for daytime, I love this option from Merit. Before we continue, I do want to explain a little bit how this particular video came about. So like I said earlier, I did want to do a work/office makeup routine video on my channel for a while, but this specific video was a challenge from one of my amazing subscribers, Lo, who also has a channel here on YouTube. I will put all the information to her YouTube and Instagram page down below. Her YouTube handle and Instagram handle is Lo Yay. And Lo was one of my very first subscribers. I mean, back in the early days when the only other subscriber I had was my mom. Lo was one of the first subscribers I had on my channel. And she has just been so incredibly supportive of my channel. She comments like on all my videos. And the funniest thing is, a lot of the products that I talk about, she can't even purchase because she's from the Netherlands. So we would always joke because she would comment on my videos like of my Bath & Body Works haul or a review of a makeup brand. And she would say to me, oh, I wish I could try this product, or I wish I could smell the fragrance that you're talking about through the camera because I can't get access to it because I'm in the Netherlands. So I'd always joke back and say, well, one day, hopefully I will do a video that will feature products that you can actually use and purchase for yourself. So she gave me a challenge. So the challenge for this video is to do a list of products that are office appropriate, that provide all day coverage with a little bit of glow, but not too glowy or too sparkly, using certain brands. And she gave me a list of brands. So some of the brands included in that list were Clinique, MAC, Charlotte Tilbury, Armani, Dior, YSL, Shiseido, Byredo, and a few other companies. That's the rules of the contest. That's the challenge. It was a challenge I happily accepted. And if you haven't watched Lo's YouTube channel, please do so. Please also check her out on Instagram. She talks about all beautiful luxury and contemporary handbags. She has a gorgeous sense of style. And even more importantly, she is a sweetheart and a great person. So if you don't follow her on Instagram yet or subscribe to her here on YouTube, I will put all of her information down below. Please go check her out. She's a phenomenal person and she creates beautiful content. So Lo, thank you so much for the challenge and I can't wait to get this started. So, all right, we have the skin primed and moisturized. We'll talk about eyebrows for a second. So I actually think that doing your eyebrows is probably one of the absolute most important parts of a makeup routine, a solid makeup routine, because the brows really frame the face. If I don't have my brows done, I don't feel confident. I feel insecure. My makeup application doesn't go as well. So I always do my eyebrows first. And the product that I have been using for years, it's probably my longest relationship to date with a person or makeup product, is this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pencil. This is the Perfect Brow Pencil, and I have the shade Auburn here. As you can see, I don't even have the cap anymore because I just use it so frequently. I have this in my car, I have it in my purse, I have it multiple places in my home, in my office, because I always have to have this around. It's long lasting. You can get very precise with your application. So if you haven't tried this eyebrow pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I do recommend you checking it out. And more importantly, If you're not someone who normally fills in their brows, I would recommend doing so. Give it a shot. There are a lot of great brow pencils and brow gels on the market. I happen to prefer the Anastasia Beverly Hills line just because I've been using it for so many years. It stays in place. It's so reliable, and these pencils last a very long time even though I use them every day. So an essential part of my work makeup routine is this beautiful eyebrow pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So let's talk about complexion now. So there are two different looks that I have for work. The first is when I don't have a ton of time or I want a light coverage. I just run a tinted moisturizer, a little bit of concealer, some eyeshadow, and a little bit of blush, and I'm good to go. So on a day like that, I normally reach for the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, and this has an SPF of 30. Now, this product is a tried and true. This lasts all day. It provides great coverage. It's a no-fuss product. It's reliable. It's just a really great tinted moisturizer, and it's something I always have in my work bag because on the days where sometimes I don't have time to even put makeup on before I leave, I'll do this while I'm commuting or when I get to the office, just throw a little bit on, and it just provides great coverage. It's not greasy. There's no scent, and it's just a very, very good tinted moisturizer. Let me show you how it looks on the hand. So my shade is 1.2 Gotland. But as you can see, it's not runny. It stays in place. Sometimes if I'm commuting and I'm putting this on, I don't even look in a mirror when I'm applying it. I'll check it obviously to make sure your girl's all even, but I will put this on without even needing a mirror. So this is a really great product. Another great product is from Armani. This is the Armani Skin Tint that came out a few months ago. I do have a full review of this product on my channel. So after you're done watching this video, if you want to hear more about this product, you can go check that out. But this is just a really great tinted moisturizer. It is a little bit more runny than the NARS. I'm going to show you. As you can see, it's more of a runny consistency. It does give you a beautiful glow. The NARS tinted moisturizer is not as glowy. It does give you a glow, but it's not as glowy as the Armani. But it does provide a little bit more coverage. So it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something very light coverage that's glowy, I would check out the Armani Skin Tint. But if you want something that is a little less glowy, more coverage, lasts all day, the NARS Tinted Moisturizer is a great option. And if you're looking for a tinted sunscreen, I do love Merit's The Uniform. As you can see, I've used a good amount so far this year. This came out a few months ago, and it's a phenomenal tinted sunscreen. Just like with the Armani Skin Tint, I do have a full review on my channel of this Merit product, but I'll show you now. So here's the Merit, here's the NARS, and here's the Armani. As you can see, the Merit, it's dripping down a little bit, but nothing crazy. But this gives you a beautiful, beautiful glow to the skin. So if you're looking for a tinted sunscreen, the Merit option is great. So if you're looking for a little bit of extra coverage, specifically on Merit's The Uniform, I do suggest this Minimalistic from Merit. Mine is in the color Sandstone, but it really just provides great coverage. This can act as a concealer. So a lot of times if I'm going to work and I'm using Merit's The Uniform, I'll take this and just literally draw all over my face, blend it out, and it just provides a little bit more coverage on top of your tinted sunscreen. So those are just 3 suggestions for more lighter coverage days, or if you're looking for something that you really don't need a sponge or a foundation brush, you don't want to sit in front of the mirror, you don't have time maybe to sit in front of the mirror and really apply it. These are 3 great products that are work appropriate and will last a good amount of the day. But if you want more full coverage that will last you all day, I have 2 suggestions. So one suggestion I have is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Now, this foundation is a classic for a reason. It provides beautiful coverage, a little bit of a glow, but it's not too glowy. It's totally appropriate for the workplace, something that's so reliable, so easy to use, works well with other products. If you have a primer underneath, it will work well with it. Really just a beautiful, classic foundation, something that I think is perfect for the office, and a lot of times this is what I reach for. But my ultimate suggestion for the workplace is the Dior Forever Foundation. Now, I have the matte version of this foundation. This is a phenomenal foundation. It is matte, like I said, so if you wanted to pair this with a glowy primer or a glazing milk underneath, it behaves very well with that. It wears beautifully. It just lasts all day. It makes your skin look like porcelain. It's a beautiful effect on the skin. It locks in all day. It's not heavy on the skin. It's just a beautiful foundation. And if I'm looking for a full coverage foundation that won't dry me out, that will work well with other products, this is the one I go to. And I just want to mention that for this challenge, I did purchase the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer and Foundation. I did not like this product. I've heard so many good things about this line. I've been wanting to try it for so long. I was so excited about it. It didn't work for me. And I know this is a very beloved product, but for my skin, I have dry skin. This just did not work out for me. It kind of caked up on my skin. It has a little bit of a scent to it that gave me a headache. So I did purchase this for this video. I was hoping I could recommend it to you guys, but unfortunately I can't just because it didn't work with my skin type. Maybe it works for others. Maybe it works for more oily skin. But this was one of the companies that was in the list that Lo gave me that I could use for the challenge. And unfortunately, I can't recommend it. But I just wanted to mention this. I know a lot of people love it. Maybe if you have more oily skin, this is one that's good to check out. But I just didn't like it personally on my dry skin. I don't always use a primer, but I'm going to use one a little bit for today just to show you what it looks like. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Hydrating Primer. This feels great on the skin. It's not sticky. It doesn't grip to the face like some primers do. So it's a really great option. Just put a little bit on. And you see just how it's making the skin look nice and glowy. So really nice primer. And not one that will be heavy on your skin or just sticky. I'm not crazy about those kind of primers. So, and I think it does add a nice level of glow to the face without being too glowy. Let's apply the Dior Forever Foundation. Now, one of the companies that Lo said that I could use for this challenge, that's Netherlands approved, is Hourglass. Now, I only have a couple of brushes from Hourglass. I would recommend their makeup brushes if you're in the market for a good makeup brush. I do use a lot of BK Beauty brushes, but Hourglass also makes a beautiful product. So if you're looking for a Netherlands approved makeup brush, I would check out the ones from Hourglass. And I do believe that I have a couple of other subscribers from the Netherlands. So if you're here and watching this video, welcome. And I also want to say a big welcome to anybody who subscribed to me recently over the last month or two. I've had a lot of new subscribers, which I just could not be more grateful for. When I started this YouTube channel, I was hoping that one or two people would be interested in what I have to say. So the fact that I have so many new friends and subscribers over the last few weeks and months, it just really makes me feel so appreciative and so grateful. And I thank you for your time, because we all have very busy lives and a lot of responsibilities. So the fact that you choose to spend any amount of your day with me, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate any time that you leave me a comment or like the video or just reach out to me on Instagram. It really makes my day. So thank you so much to everyone who does that. And please always feel free to reach out to me with any questions about videos that I do. If you would like to see certain things reviewed on this channel, let me know. I really want to hear your input. So thank you for that in advance. Okay. So you see how my skin just looks beautiful? And again, not through anything of my own. It's Christian Dior, but courtesy of Christian Dior. Can you see how beautiful that is? And I'm just going to build it up just a little bit. And I'm not having to apply a crazy amount of product either, but really pretty. Just a solid choice for a foundation. And even though it's matte, like I said, if you put something glowy on underneath, it does come through a little bit, but it just gives you a beautiful, beautiful veil on the skin. Okay, so not to get up and close and personal, but this is the coverage from the Dior foundation. What do we think? Now, I have a zit here. I'm sorry. It's driving me crazy. Just remember, breakouts happen to YouTube beauty content creators too. It's just nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. So we're going to hopefully cover that up with concealer. So I have two concealer recommendations for work. The first is the Minimalist Stick from Merit. I just think this is such a great multi-use product. You can use this kind of as your foundation, as your concealer, to go with the uniform. So that's it right there. But my top concealer recommendation that lasts all day, doesn't cake up, is from Hourglass. This is their Vanish Concealer, and as you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. And I will put all of my shades down in the description box below, but I am the shade 1.8 Bisque. So a little bit brighter, a lot brighter, obviously, than the Merit Minimalist Stick. But again, the Merit Stick is a little bit darker because sometimes I use that all over my face. The Hourglass is a concealer, so I wanted to brighten this area a little bit, or a lot, actually. I want it to brighten a lot, and it does. That's why I'm recommending it. But I'm just going to put, you just need a dot, like, you really don't need a lot of product with this. I probably put too much on already. We'll see how this goes. Cover that up. couple random spots. So while we conceal, let's talk about the new makeup releases that have been coming out lately. We have a brand new foundation from Makeup by Mario and one from Charlotte Tilbury, because apparently matte is back, according to Miss Charlotte Tilbury. And then we have the new Natasha Denona foundation. And then we have the new foundation from Natasha Denona. So I should be having a review up soon of all of these products. But I want to do a full wear test for you guys, so that's why I haven't put it up yet. But excited to try those. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you excited that matte is back? Do you like a matte foundation or more of a glowy foundation? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I don't always set my makeup with powder because, like I said earlier in this video, your girl's got dry skin. It is what it is. If I really want to lock my makeup in place, I do powder. And my top recommendation is a classic. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder, and I have it in the shade 1 Fair. So you can see it's well loved. And this just gives a beautiful airbrush effect to the skin. But you see the difference right away? So I think this is a good option even for dry skin. You really want to lock your makeup in place, or you have to commute a lot and, you know, traveling, makeup gets messed up a little bit. This is a very good option. And a lot of the products that I'm recommending today aren't the newest products, but I think that's a good thing because a lot of the products that I'm talking about today are just tried and trues, and I think that's why they're so popular for so many years. So even though these products are not the newest fad, they're around for so many years for a reason, because they work. But on the other hand, it doesn't mean that products that are new aren't good either. They are, but these are the products that I have been using for months, if not years, in my work makeup routine. Another pressed powder that I do want to recommend is the Givenchy Prism Libre 4-color pressed powder. I've never reviewed this on my channel, even though I should have by this point, but this is the new pressed powder. This is the brush that it comes with. And as you can see, it has 4 colors in there. I think you could probably see that mine's a little bit dirty because I've used it. And the brush that comes with it is actually very nice because you can really just get really precise with this. The only thing I would say about this pressed powder is that it's very, very scented. It has a very strong fragrance to it. So if you're sensitive to fragrances, I maybe wouldn't pick this up, or maybe I'd go to the store and see it in person and see if you can tolerate the scent. It's a beautiful scent, but it's very strong. And I don't really smell it after I've applied the product, but on initial application, it's a pretty strong scent. But what I really love about this palette is that you can really concentrate the color that you want to use. So if you wanted to use the green color here, or the blue, or one of the lighter ones in a particular area for a particular purpose, you could just take a small brush and pick up only one of the colors, or you can do what I do most times and just swirl around the different colors, color outside the lines, and put it on your face. So a lot of versatility with this product. It's a great compact pressed powder if you want something to throw in your purse and you have the brush in there, you got the compact, the mirror. So this is a really great option from Givenchy. And I want to make an honorable mention of a loose powder. This is the YSL All Hours Hyper Blur Power, and I have the translucent one. Now, first of all, could we admire this packaging? Isn't this stunning? Look at that. So you open it up, and it comes with this beautiful little powder puff. And like I said, it's a loose powder, so it's a little bit messy. But if you're looking for something to lock your makeup in all day, mattify your makeup, but not like dry it out, but mattify and lock it in, this option from YSL, I don't think this is talked about enough. This is beautiful. This is a great option, especially if you like a loose powder. This is a phenomenal one. So if you have oily skin, or you do have dry skin, but you really want to lock in your makeup all day, this is a good option from YSL. Now let's move on to bronzers. So I have one cream option and one powder option for you. The first one is the cream one. This is the Merit Bronze Bomb. So I purchased the shade Sen, and this shade is a little bit darker than I would normally get, but just because of its consistency and its texture, this really doesn't show up on the skin too heavy. I read a lot of reviews online that people said that it wasn't a very dramatic bronzer. The lighter shades they really couldn't see even on fair skin. So I purchased this shade and absolutely love it. And I'll just show you how it looks on the face. And then I'm going to put the powder on top of it, the powder option on top of it. Okay, so just working this in. So because Merit is a minimalist company, the color payoff is not crazy on the bronzer, but that's what I like about it because you can build it up, certainly. And when you're going to work, you don't always want the strongest bronzer. So I feel like this is a really good option. It's really easy to work into the skin. So you see how that just gave a very light bronzed effect? I feel like this is so work appropriate and easy to use. And you can also use this as an eyeshadow for a one and done shade. I've done that too. And I would build it up more, but I want to show you the powder that I picked out for today. So I'm not going to do that, but that is the Merit bronzer. You can see right here, very pretty, very glowy, really pretty, and doesn't disturb the foundation underneath. So I really love this option from Merit. It's one of my go-tos. Besides being able to have fun and play with different makeup, this challenge did give me an excuse, a justification to buy a product that I have wanted for months. Felt like longer, but months. I have wanted this. The Dior Jumbo Bronzer. I've seen this in so many reviews, recommendation videos, Sephora hauls, and I've wanted it. I've dreamed about it, or I haven't dreamed about it, but in my state of makeup review watching and Sephora stalking, this product keeps coming back over and over again. And I have been feeling like I've been missing out. I've been on the outskirts of the makeup community by not trying this, but now I finally had an excuse to purchase this. And I'm so glad I did. So Lo, if for nothing else, thank you for giving me a reason to buy the bronzer that I have severely wanted for so many months. But all kidding aside, I have really wanted this. So this is the Dior Forever Nude Bronze, and I got it in the shade 20 Matte. I believe there's one lighter shade, and if you buy this bronzer on the Dior website, I believe it's not the jumbo size. This is only a Sephora exclusive. But look how pretty that is. And I did use this in another video before this one, so this is not a first impressions. This is just restating my love of this bronzer because this is a beautiful bronzer. So just like with the Givenchy, this is very, very scented, very fragranced. So if you're sensitive to fragrances, please go and look at this in the store and decide if you can tolerate this level of perfume. But my goodness, isn't this pretty? This is just, oh, I love this bronzer. I've only worn this once for another review, but afterwards I was so happy with how my makeup looked. I didn't even want to take it off at night. I fell in love with it. And look how pretty. Look at this compact. Look at that. Oh. On the nose, but it is very fragranced. So please go check it out in the store if you're someone who has an issue with fragrance or sensitivity. Please go check that out before you purchase. So I just think this is the perfect bronzer for work because it's easy to use. It helps set your makeup down and you don't have to spend minutes upon minutes sitting there working the bronzer into the skin. It's not patchy. It's just beautiful. I love this bronzer and I love the compact. So that is my top bronzer recommendation for the office. Okay, so moving on to blush. I have a few recommendations based on the type of blush that you like to use and the finish that you want. So first is the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tints. And I have mine in Cosmic Pink and Starlit Peach. So the two that I have are a radiant finish, but they also have natural finish blushes, which might be more appropriate for the office, but I like to have a little sparkle, a little glow for the office sometimes. Depending on how much coffee I've had and how close I am to the weekend, I do like some glow. But let me just swatch these for you quickly. And what I do like about these also is that you can throw these in your purse for touch-ups, or if you're doing your makeup on the go, these are really great for that purpose. And so this is the Cosmic Pink, this is the Starlit Peach. But as you buff these out, you can see it's not too dramatic at all. It just gives a beautiful sheer wash of color to the skin, really pretty, and like I said, really great for on the go. So next we have an option from Charlotte Tilbury for blush. This is the Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick that came out a few months ago. Now, the shade that I have is a little bit intimidating, but you can buff it out into the skin, and there are some colors that are a little bit less bright than this one, a little bit less shocking to the nervous system. But when you buff this out, it does have a beautiful glow to it. It lasts all day, really beautiful. I think these went viral for a reason. It's a really great product and a great option if you're looking for something that's on the go, that you can just use a little bit of product and just, you know, buff it into the skin right there. You see how it just creates a beautiful glow on the skin. Don't be intimidated by this. This can be work appropriate if done correctly. And it's something that you can use your hands to apply, which is really great sometimes if you don't have a brush on you or you're just doing it quick and you just want to run out the door. You see how it just creates a beautiful wash of color on the skin. Absolutely beautiful. So this is a great option from Charlotte Tilbury, but I am going to provide you with a couple of powder options for those of you girlies who like a powder blush. So sticking in line with the companies that are available in the Netherlands, one that I was actually very surprised that is available is Ilia, which is kind of a newer brand in the grand scheme of the beauty world. But these new blushes that came out, this is the Soft Focus Blurring Blush, and this is the shade Sensation. This is a beautiful blush line. This creates a beautiful glow to the skin, but with no sparkle. So that is it right there. Really pretty. These last all day. This is a fantastic blush option if you're looking for a more glowy blush, but isn't sparkly, not too radiant, but gives you a little bit of life to the skin. I mean, I'm just throwing this on so you could see. It has a beautiful radiance without being sparkly. Actually, these two products combined look pretty good. I'll have to wear this combination one day. But this blush from Ilia is a great option if you prefer a powder blush that's long-lasting and radiant. But in my mind, very few blushes can ever compare to the YSL Make Me Blush blushes. Now, I'm sure you've seen these all over social media, but this is hyped up for good reason. This product delivers. There's so many fun color options. I know they just came out with a new red color. I think it's called Chili Crush. Looks really interesting. But this just has a beautiful range of options. There are radiant finishes. There are more matte finishes. So many beautiful colors. I have like 4 or 5 of them. But this is probably my favorite one. This is the shade 93. I'll look up the color name and put that up on the screen. This is it right here. You see that beautiful sheen? Gorgeous. I'm going to take my blush brush. I have to warn you though, these are pigmented. So when you put it on the brush, please make sure you swirl into the back of your hand, tap it off however you prefer to do it, because these are pigmented, and just lightly start applying it. But you see how beautiful this is? And what I love about it is it's so pigmented and you don't have to spend a lot of time building up the product, and it just lasts all day. It really locks the makeup in place. It helps set down your foundation. But this shade in particular, the 93, is really pretty. Just throw this on top of the other ones. It's probably coming off a little bit darker because I have some product there already, but really pretty. Just taking my foundation brush and just cleaning it up a little bit, because if we haven't met before, hi, my name's Courtney. I overblush in almost every video. So if you do subscribe to this channel, which I hope you do, you will see a lot of overblushing and oversharing and a lot of fun. But I do tend to overblush. So just taking that and just, you know, diffusing that a little bit. But you see how beautiful this blush is? And it took, what, 2 seconds to apply? This is not a blush that you have to baby. It is pigmented though, so be careful. But I love this blush. I love the whole line. But that shade in particular is one that I love to wear for work. So really pretty. Let me know in the comments down below if you love any of these blushes, which shades you love. I want to hear all about it. Are you a big YSL blush girl? Let me know. So for my eyeshadow for work, I like to keep it really simple. Sometimes I'll do a whole eyeshadow Natasha Denona kind of glam look, but I don't always have time or the patience or enough caffeine yet. So on the days where I just want something that's quick and reliable, I go to my favorite eyeshadow product for work. This is the Armani Eye Tint in the shade Cashew. So the number for this eyeshadow is 22M. But it's just a beautiful, everyday, neutral. It's a great pop of color. If you've never tried these eye tints before, you're missing out. If you love a one and done shade, this is the perfect one and done shade, particularly in this color. So you can do one of two things. You can either apply it with your finger and build it up. The only thing with that is sometimes you get a little bit messy, but that's okay. It doesn't set down right away. You could even put on your finger and then just apply for more precise application. On the other side, I'm just going to put on my finger and then use a brush. But if you don't have a brush on you, if you're using this while you're commuting or whatever it may be, you don't even need a brush. But you do get a little more of a precise application with that brush. Do you see how beautiful this is? Really pretty. That is my go-to one and done shade for work. And I do have a bit of a newer product to recommend for a powder eyeshadow. These are the new Hourglass eyeshadows that came out. This is the Curator eyeshadow palette in the shade Idealist. It comes with 2 shimmers, a satin and a matte. So that's it right there. And I know that these were debated when they came out because they're a little bit of a higher price tag. But I think it's actually a beautiful eyeshadow quad. I think you can get a lot of use out of this. I love using this for work. Is it worth the higher price tag? I think it's somewhere in the $50 range. You know, you have to decide that for yourself. If you're going to get a lot of use out of this, then I think it's worth it. If not, then skip it. But I think this is a beautiful option for work, particularly this color story. And I love how this plays with this particular color from Armani. So I'm going to put a little bit of shimmer on top so you can see what I mean. And I'm just taking that same brush and actually going into the darker shade right here. And just building it up just a little bit. But I think these Hourglass palettes really create a beautiful veil on the eyelid. It doesn't enhance texture or dryness. But you see how pretty that is? And then the shimmer shade, I'm just going to take my finger and use that for the shimmer shade. But look how pretty that is. And it's subtle. These are supposed to be more minimalist palettes. They're not flashy in your face. So beautiful, right? And then take the lightest shade right here and just pop that into the inner corner. And a lot of times for eyeshadow, honestly, I use my fingers, especially with the shimmer shades, especially when I'm getting ready for work. I don't have time to always use an eyeshadow brush. But you see what a beautiful cohesive look this is? I just think this is a great formula for the office. It lasts all day. It really sets down. It doesn't crease. It doesn't budge. And it's just a beautiful color story for the office. It's so everyday appropriate, so neutral, but you do have some shimmers in there. So I'll put all this information down in the details below if you're curious about this palette. But I think you can't go wrong with either the Hourglass palette, the eye tint from Armani, or the combination of both. Okay, so off camera, I did apply eyeliner. I'm going to talk about which one I used. Normally, I do wear a liquid liner just on top, even for the office. But I know a lot of people struggle with that kind of application, or maybe you may feel that that's not workplace appropriate. I use the Dior Show liquid liner, particularly in the brown shade, and I will link it down below. But I wanted to show a eyeliner that's great for the waterline, that's long-lasting, wears all day, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't get messy. This is from Clinique. This is the Clinique Cream Shaper for Eyes, and I have the shade Chocolate Luster. And it's really pretty. It's very easy to use. It's a pencil that you have to sharpen, but you just get a really precise application. And this is great if you have sensitive eyes. Sometimes certain eyeliners can bother my eyes. This never does. So if you want a great long wearing eyeliner, this is a beautiful option from Clinique, and it's just really easy to use. And again, you know, I use the liquid liner for work. I don't know if you do, but sometimes that can take a little bit more of a precise application, a little bit longer to make sure that you don't mess it up. And if you do mess it up, then you gotta get the makeup remover out and redo your eyeshadow and re-question all your life choices. At least that's what I do when I mess up my eyeliner. So I wanted to pick an option that's good for the office and good for a more quick routine. And just to show you, you can use it on top and create a little bit of a winged eyeliner effect if you want. But you see, really simple to apply and doesn't budge. So this is a tried and true option from Clinique that I've had in my makeup bag for many, many years and will for many years to come. So 2 options for mascara. This is the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara. This is heavy duty. Another one is the YSL Lash Clash Mascara. This is a beautiful option as well, very popular for a reason. But a product that's a little bit newer to me, but I really love for all day use. This is the Armani Vertigo Mascara. I'm going to show you how it applies. It comes in beautiful packaging, really pretty. And here is the wand. And what's great about this mascara is it really lifts your lashes. You don't need a lot of product to do it either. Okay, but you see what a beautiful lift that is on the lashes? And there's no clumping, just a beautiful application, not too thick either. It doesn't make your lashes too volumized, which I like, because for the office, sometimes you don't want that. And this is a good one for the lower lashes. No clumping, just a beautiful, flawless application. So next we have lipstick. Probably my tried and true for the office is just a classic Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. It's just a beautiful, it's stunning. It's just so workplace appropriate. It's a perfect neutral, but with a little bit of color. I get compliments on it when I wear it. I absolutely love it. It's long lasting, and the matching lip liners, those are my favorite lip liners probably. Absolutely stunning. Such a classic for a reason, and very workplace appropriate. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. As you can see, it's just a beautiful neutral, but it's not boring. It's a classic for a reason. Beautiful formula. Charlotte Tilbury can do no wrong with lip products. So really recommend this one for the office from Miss Charlotte Tilbury. And a few others that I want to recommend. This is the MAC Matte Lipstick in the shade Velvet Teddy. Very similar to the Pillow Talk, but a little bit deeper. Right there. So this is Pillow Talk, and this is Velvet Teddy. And I have that one in the little mini size. Isn't that cute? And next is a new find. This is the NARS lipstick in the shade Morocco. And this is really pretty for fall, but it's a little bit more of an orangey red. But if you're not a fan of an orange red, I still would try this. I tried this in a recent review that I did, and I absolutely loved it. I think it's beautiful for fall. It is workplace appropriate. Let me just show you. You can see these are similar color stories, not the same. But this one from NARS just brings a beautiful shade to the face. It's beautiful for fall. I definitely recommend checking this one out. So the last recommendation I have for lipstick is from Dior. It's called Rouge Dior number 200 Nude Touch. And that is it right there. So a little bit of a more wet formula than the Charlotte Tilbury or the others. I'm going to use this one because even with this, I don't need a lip liner. It's very hydrating on the lips. I think it's totally workplace appropriate. It's long lasting. Oh, I love this one from Dior. So I would say if you like a drier lipstick formula, try Pillow Talk from Miss Charlotte Tilbury. But if you like a more hydrating formula, something that will last all day but does have a little bit of a shine to it, I would definitely check out this one from Dior. And I, again, will link everything down below and say the shades for each one. Oh, I love it. And lastly, I have some fragrances that I want to recommend. I will put the notes up on the screen as I talk about them. But my first one is Gucci Flora. This is the Gorgeous Orchid. This is just such a gorgeous floral vanilla scent. This scent is like, I can't get enough of it. I smelled it on my friend once. I had to know what she was wearing. She told me what it was. I went and bought it immediately. Haven't stopped using this. I love the travel size because I like to freshen up during the day, but it is long lasting, and I think it's a beautiful option for the office. And a few other fragrances that I love to recommend for the office. This is the Valentino Born in Roma Extra Dose perfume that came out a few months ago. This is the most sweet, girly, feminine vanilla scent. As you can see, I do like vanilla, but this is just stunning for the office. And again, this travel size is so cute, right? The little pink spikes. It's just a beautiful, elegant, gourmand scent that I think is totally work appropriate. And a little bit more of a, I guess, sultry perfume for the office I would recommend, but it's still office appropriate. It's from Valentino. This is the Voce Viva perfume. This is another perfume that once I smell it, I want to smell it all the time. There's just something so empowering about it. I feel like when you put this on, you feel really feminine and strong, but sophisticated, a little bit, you know, flirty. Really love this one from Valentino. And the travel size, beautiful with those spikes. So this is another great office perfume that I would recommend. And two more perfumes that I have to recommend. I have them in the full size. So this is Chanel Gabrielle Essence. And you need like 1.5 sprays of this to last you all day. As you can see, I haven't used much. I have used it quite often, but you don't need a lot of this to last you through the day. First of all, the bottle, obviously it's Chanel, and that's the cap. So it's perfection. It's beautiful, sophisticated, elegant scent that projects very far. It's very strong, but it's beautiful. And to me, it's just a very empowering scent. I think you wear this and you feel ready to take on the world. But I think one of the best perfumes for work is Versace Bright Crystal. This just smells clean, fresh, girly. It has a strong peony note in it. This is an eau de toilette, so it's not too overpowering. It does last very long for being an eau de toilette. I do have the travel size also just to freshen up during the day. I do like to reapply my perfume during the day just because I like to smell it. But it's just, this is the definition of a woman. This is just a woman who's confident in herself, feminine, strong, but yet has that girly side to her. It's just absolutely beautiful, totally workplace appropriate. You won't be offending anyone with this scent if you work close to other people. And as you could see, I put a significant dent in it. I have a lot of perfumes. I have much more than what's behind me. So the fact that I've used this much shows that I really do love this. So to me, this is just the ultimate office appropriate, work appropriate, girly feminine scent. So to set my makeup, I usually use the setting mist from Morphe, but I don't believe that's available in the Netherlands. So what I would recommend is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. She just released a matte version, so if you like a matte look, I would suggest maybe picking that up. But the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray is just the perfect setting spray. It locks your makeup into place. It's not drying. It does have a scent, so if you're sensitive to scents, just maybe go to the store and check it out. But it is a great setting spray. It's a classic for a reason. So if you're looking to set your makeup before you leave for work in the morning, I would definitely recommend that option from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so that wraps up my list of work-appropriate makeup recommendations. I had so much fun doing this challenge. Lo, thank you so much for giving me this fun challenge to do. I hope I made you proud, and I hope that I gave everyone a list of fun and reliable products to try out for the office. I think these products will make you feel your best going into the office, make you feel confident, girly, and feminine, and ready to take on the world. So let me know down in the comments below what you think, and also let me know, what do you like to wear for work? What's part of your office or work makeup routine? Let's have a conversation in the comments down below. It really makes my day when you guys like my video, leave me a comment, DM me on Instagram. I really love interacting with each one of you. You've all been so lovely and welcoming to me as you have found my channel, and I can't thank you enough for your kindness and your generosity. So please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this video, and if you haven't heard, I am running my second giveaway on my channel. I'm going to be giving one Hourglass holiday palette, the Swan palette, to one of my subscribers here on YouTube. I will put all the details down in the description box below about the giveaway. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please make sure you're subscribed because that is one of the conditions of the giveaway. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.